guys, it's your girl Sarah.
And mine.
And we're charmed and dangerous.
You know who's where? Chinese.
And we're dangerous. Did you miss us?
Yeah.
We missed you. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Happy Cap season. This is the first time we're talking to them in Cap season.
I
so happy
know.
Capricorn season. Hi Capricorn.
Well, if you watched the podcast on the last episode, then you also saw us talking about Cap season.
True. So check that out if you guys haven't, because our podcasts are now on YouTube as well.
Exactly. So if you're like one of those people that just doesn't really fuck with podcasts like that, like you don't like to go on like a podcast streaming platform, well, the podcast is now in video format on our YouTube channel. So you should definitely check it out if you like those longer videos. But today we'll be talking about Capricorns, and we're actually kickstarting a new series. Which is going to be basically about each sign in the zodiac and how to live your best life during that sign's season. I feel like I love this video because it's going to be just so fun telling people about like exactly what they can do to make sure that the energy is right.
Yes.
You know, for that season.
Yes. It's like, I feel like each season you're like, what should I be doing? How can I be honoring this energy?
Yeah.
And we're going to be giving you guys 6 of our tips on how to do just that.
Exactly, because like when it's your own sign season, you really do feel in your element.
Yeah.
But if you don't really know that energy that well, or maybe you don't have people in your life that are, you know, a Capricorn, for example, you don't really know how their energy works. We're going to talk about that today and hopefully help you out to, you know, live your best life.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Yes!
What's your first tip on how people can live their best life during Capricorn season?
Okay, so my first tip is to experiment with some structure.
Yes.
I feel like, for example, try going back and forth with using a to-do list and maybe not using one, and see how much you get done each way. You know what I mean? What type of structure really works best for you? I feel like Capricorns are really successful because they have great systems and structures in place for themselves.
Yes.
You know? So if you want to get in on this boss-ass winning energy, the key really is structure. But start small, because I think Caps are also very successful because they are realistic, right? So start by experimenting with some structure in like one area of chaos in your life. Don't be like, oh, I'm like
gonna get my whole shit together in one
that's
day.
too much. That's too much. Capricorns don't do that.
And that's
you know
kind of
what I
why
mean?
New Year's resolutions don't work. I feel like
Exactly.
people shoot way too high. You know what I mean? Like start off small and then, you know, build your way there.
Yes.
You
Think
know?
about that
It's the little
practicality.
wins at first.
Exactly.
Make you feel confident enough to go after the big wins.
Exactly. The little steps.
Yes, absolutely agree. Okay, so for my first tip, I want you guys to learn how to set boundaries, all right, during Cap season. And this is coming from a Capricorn rising, so I really always am preaching for people to have better boundaries.
Facts.
I've gotten compliments on how good I am at setting boundaries, and it wasn't always like this, but I realized I needed to set boundaries in order to live a happier life. And if you didn't know, Saturn, the planet of boundaries, restrictions, limitations, rules over Capricorn. So what better time to do it than Capricorn season? I feel like this just essentially makes Capricorn season the best time to check in with yourself in regards to your own personal boundaries. Are people expecting too much from you? Let them know. You know what I mean? Are people not doing enough? Let them know. Get comfortable with these uncomfortable conversations during Capricorn season. I feel like a lot of people just want to make everyone around them feel very comfortable. And at the end of the day, when you do that, you are doing a disservice to yourself. You know what I mean? Boundaries are set so you feel comfortable moving in your life. You know what I mean? If you are always people pleasing and you're not letting people know when they made you feel uncomfortable, sure, they're gonna go home and be like, oh yeah, so-and-so's so nice, they never have a problem with me. But then you're at home alone thinking about all the times you were pushed over. You know, all the times you were made to feel uncomfortable, but you didn't say anything. Capricorn energy does not fuck with that.
Yeah, no.
Capricorn energy will always let you know. Because at the end of the day, also, I feel like Capricorn energy wants people to be the best version of themselves.
Yes.
Because Capricorn's always trying to be the best version of themselves.
Exactly.
That's why they're comfortable telling people, hey, when you did that, I didn't like that. You should work on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And I feel like too, Capricorns, I love them too because they're setting these boundaries because they won't be able to achieve all the things they want to do in life if they don't let people know, like, hey, I didn't like this. I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they have to set that because they don't want to be moving uncomfortable in life, you know? And I feel like that really is honorable energy. And a lot of people are afraid to do this, but
Yes.
That's why we all look up to Capricorns. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Is because they have no problem speaking up for themselves and letting people know, like, hey, you crossed my boundary.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the thing. When your boundaries are constantly getting, you know, pushed, I feel like it takes away energy from you. Energy that you could have spent like at work with the people you love, like your creative pursuits, like all these things you're not able to do because people are testing you.
Yeah.
And you're not letting them know that, hey, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
And it can't be all encompassing when somebody crosses your boundary. You're like, fuck, like they really have me fucked up. But
you sit there and think about it all day.
Exactly.
And when you don't speak up, I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel a little ashamed.
Yeah.
I feel ashamed for myself. You know what I mean? Because I didn't take care of myself. You know what I mean? It's truly not anyone else's job, unless you are a child. Hopefully your parents will tell people, don't do that to my kid.
Yeah.
But when you're an adult, it's no one else's responsibility but yourself to tell people, hey, you made me feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot of grown adults around here who are just used to their friend, their partner, whatever, taking care of it for them.
Yeah.
But that's not the way to do it. You gotta do it for yourself. You know what I mean? You just have to. And it ultimately makes you more confident in your decision making and your everyday life.
Makes you feel like a stronger person.
Yeah.
My next point is spend some time this season honoring the masculine energy within you and maybe even paternal figures in your life. I feel like everyone else always jokes about like Daddy Saturn, you know what I mean? But Caps really do give that big daddy energy. I feel like to me, Capricorn represents structure, practicality, ambition, and these are all words to me that I relate to like masculine energy. And so with that, I recommend that you write a letter to yourself honoring those masculine energies, or you know, write a letter to the paternal figures, like I said, in your life that you want to honor. I feel like by writing a letter, you really get to express how you're feeling. And you don't have to send it to them or anything like that, right? Or you can even speak it to them out loud if they're no longer here. Just let them know that they are appreciated, you know, or let yourself know that you value these masculine energies within yourself. I feel like as a woman, you know, like I think I have a lot more masculine energy than other women. So it is important to me to like honor that masculine energy, you know, and I think it's important for other people to do the same because we have all of that in us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is so true. You know, I feel like Capricorn energy, the fact that they so boldly go after what they want, it is very masculine. You know, and I hope you guys know you have masculine and a feminine energy. You have both of those within you, and it just really depends also on your birth chart how much of that energy of masculinity or femininity you have within you. Truly, because certain signs are more masculine and certain other signs are more feminine. Okay, for my second tip for y'all for Cap season. I feel like Cap season is honestly the best time to be more disciplined. You know, are you tired of your own shit? Well, guess what? Daddy Saturn is you know, so get your shit together. Capricorn energy wants that for you. It wants you to get your shit together. And the thing is, everyone praises Capricorns for getting shit done, and that success doesn't come from, you know, nothing. You can thank their sense of self-discipline for all of their success. And there's this one quote that really just reminds me of Capricorn energy, and it says, success is not the absence of failure, it's the persistence through failure. And honestly, it's so freaking true. You think Capricorn hasn't failed before? Because they have, except the difference with Capricorn is they get back up and they just keep on going. That sense of discipline doesn't allow them to stay down. And you know, they are the goats for a reason. They are the goats in the zodiac for a reason, because they keep climbing and they don't look back. Making Cap season, I feel like the best time to teach yourself some self-discipline. And honestly, to just get comfortable with failure. Everyone freaking fails. If you're not failing, that means you're not trying. And there's something really sad about that.
Right.
Truly.
No, it's true. It's true. And I love this point too, because I feel like to me, discipline comes like, and consistency go hand in hand, you know? And I feel like Capricorns are consistent. They consistently go after what they want. You know what I mean? And you're right, like it doesn't matter if they fail. They're like, well, I want this, so I'm gonna get back up and keep going. It doesn't matter how epically I failed, because I care about it, I'm gonna continuously put energy into it. And then they know that they will be rewarded afterwards, you know? And they always are.
I mean, that's the thing. Listen, Saturn teaches you patience, you know what I mean? And like, it's hard. That energy, the energy of Saturn is hardship, you know? It doesn't come easy. but I swear the best things in life come after a period of hardship.
Yes.
And as much as I want to believe that, you know, an easy life is easy come, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to have an easy life, but also I feel like it doesn't hit as much when you get things easily. When you just put in that work and you finally get it, I don't know about you, but I feel like for me, it feels extra special.
Oh yeah, because it's like you've been working so hard at it.
Yeah.
And it's also like,
You appreciate it more.
I'm also always afraid that if it came really quickly, it can go.
Yeah,
just
easy come, easy go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. You want to have that foundation.
Yeah.
Always.
My last point on how to live your best life this cap season is, okay, so we were kind of talking about it earlier of like, you know, whenever the new year comes around, everybody always makes resolutions, right? But then we have a really hard time sticking to them. So this year, if you have a goal, I recommend breaking it down into more tangible steps. So like you have one big goal, fitness. Well, what are you gonna do about that fitness? You know what I mean? Break it down into little steps. The reason why Capricorns are so successful is because, like I said, they're very practical. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they have big goals, but they're smart about breaking things down into daily little habits, you know? I feel like Caps, again, they know the secret. They have the secret sauce because they know that it's the little things you do each day that make the big difference. I feel like a lot of people strive like, oh, I want this big goal, I see this big thing, but it's like you forget that there's a million little steps you gotta take to get to that big goal. It's not just one big thing and then it's like, you got it, you know?
That's the thing, I feel like people, when they wanna make that big change, they don't understand the fact that like little things can bring that big change.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost like it's too good to be true. What, me doing this little thing every day is gonna get me what I want? Yeah. That's literally what's gonna happen. But again, it comes back to that self-discipline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you keep doing this little thing for a week and you're like, I'm not seeing a change, and it's like, it's not gonna happen within a week.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta just keep going. You gotta make it a habit.
Yes. And I think I love what you said in our last point. A key word for me with Capricorn is patience.
Yeah.
You have to have patience and be actually willing to put in the time.
Yeah.
Because they're in no rush either. You know?
I think a lot of people just in this life struggle with consistency.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, 99% of the things you want, you can only get if you're consistent with it. Like love, work. You know what I mean? You want to be good at, let's say, drawing. You have to consistently do it. Like whatever it is that you want, you just have to fucking put in the work.
Right.
It's as easy as that. But like, I don't know, people just don't understand that concept. Or they look at people and they say, oh my god, this person's so good at that. I wish I was as good as them when it comes to that thing.
For sure.
But you don't see how much work they probably put in before they were that good.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, I don't know if it was on our podcast or what, but I said, I wish people that are successful talked about their come up more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't see it that often. You see them when they're getting praised and they're so good at their craft, but they don't talk about the endless hours or when they wanted to quit or when they failed that often. You know, I feel like people need to talk about that more so someone that wants to be there can see, hey, it's not always easy and you have to put in the work.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it's a daily thing. And when you were talking, I was just thinking like of an example of this. So I feel like some people will work an hour a week on their thing, right? But I would say it's better to work 20 minutes every day on that thing because it's the consistency. It's building that structure and like processes around it that will make you successful. You know what I mean? Like spread it out into smaller bits rather than just doing one long hour of like, you know what I mean, working on it.
Of intense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people are like, oh, I'm just gonna go really hard right now. And like, that's not necessarily the answer. That's not what Capricorn energy does to you.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing is, I feel like when you do spread it out, it gives you time to think about it more. You know what I mean? Whereas like if you were to do it just once a week, you kind of forget about what happened the last time.
Exactly.
You know? Okay, my final tip on how you lovely people can live your best life during Capricorn season is to prioritize yourself. Capricorns never apologize for not having enough time for you or for that. You know what I mean? Like they really don't care. And they value time probably more than any other sign. Like they feel disrespected when their time is fucked with more than any other sign. I know I do as a Capricorn rising. It's just disrespectful to me, you know, because that is something that, you know, we're short on in this life. And when you take away someone's time, or when you're late, or when you don't respect their time, yeah, it is a direct disrespect towards me. And Capricorns understand that. And I feel like this Cap season, I want you guys to learn to be selfish with your time. You know, you don't want to do something, don't freaking do it. You're a freaking adult, or maybe you're not adult, maybe you're under 18. If you don't want to do something and your parents are making you do it, have a conversation with them. Be like, hey, this is why I don't want to do this. This is not something I want to do with my time. It's all about respect too. You know, how you go about that conversation. But if you're an adult and you don't want to do something, don't freaking do it.
Just don't do it.
You know? And I feel like this also ties back to my last point. Like, yes, you might want to make plans every other day, but do you have the time for that? Do you have the energy for that? Use your sense of self-discipline to say no to people or events that are draining. Again, the theme is also boundaries. Capricorn energy doesn't feel guilty for prioritizing their personal needs. And I feel like we would all do well to learn from that. You know, be selfish with your energy, you guys, truly. Because we just want to, I don't know what it is, like you don't win anything at the end of this life for having the most friends. Or have gone to the most events. Like, God isn't gonna be like, you win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really doesn't matter. You just need to think about like what brings you joy, what fulfills you, and spend your time doing that. Be selfish with your time.
Yes. No, I absolutely love this point. And what you said is so true, because I feel like Capricorn has no remorse about not picking other people about their time. You know, so honestly, just embrace that energy this season, you guys, and think of a Capricorn, you know what I mean? And just be like, fuck it, I'm not going. Yeah. You know? Like, I'm gonna honor me. I'm gonna set a boundary.
And the thing is, I feel like a lot of people have FOMO. I can say that because I used to have it too. But it's like, oh my God, your fear of missing out. Cool. So you're gonna be there, but you're miserable. Right. You know what I mean? And like, you're annoyed that you went. Stop being scared of missing out. You know what I mean? If you want to go do something, do it. But don't go to places just because you're scared of missing out. Right. You know?
Because then you're miserable the whole time.
Exactly. And like, that's also insinuating that like your own time with yourself is not good enough. Right. You know?
Isn't enjoyable. Or you don't have something good to do in your own time. When you do. You know? Alright, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode of our new series on how to live your best life during Capricorn season. Again, we'll be doing this each season. Okay? So be on the lookout for these videos. They're gonna be really good. If you didn't know, as always, right? If you didn't know, we have a podcast. It is on all the podcast streaming platforms and now on YouTube as well. And on this podcast, we discuss a question that we pose here and then we get into it deeper in the podcast. So, are you ready for this week's question? Yes. Okay, the question is, what's your favorite thing to do during Cap season?
We're gonna discuss it all, lady.
Like us personally. Yes. So if you want to hear it, make sure you check out the podcast. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's really wherever you want to, you know, find
wherever
it.
You want it to
wherever
be.
You want
Manifest
it to be.
It, honey.
We are there. We love you guys so much. Make sure you comment down below with what you like to do during Cap season.
If you agreed with any of our points, we would love to hear it.
Always love to hear it. We're gonna link our socials somewhere around here. Make sure you follow us on there too. We love you and enjoy the rest of this Cap season. Bye.